Hi there, welcome back to Built Not Bought by Bruce. Well, I've been working away and I do apologize. Boy, I haven't done an update in a couple of weeks now, haven't done a video. This social media thing is tough on an old guy, I'll tell you. But I've been working hard on the Sportster frame and on the XS650 frame. Sportster, I'm really happy with where I've gotten to. I think it's going to be really good. I got my bungs welded on there. I've been doing a little bit of grinding, and I guess what I wanted to do, I just wanted to give you a bit of an update on the process to this point, and the tools I use and stuff. I've got some clips to throw in here. I'm going to do a separate, I'm thinking it's going to be a 2 or maybe even a 3-part series on frame molding. So I don't want to get into that too much right now. I just wanted to talk a little bit about the preparation of the frame, things that I've done, some of the custom features about it. And also wanted to update you on what I did to fix up the less than perfect welding that was done on the hardtail. So I'll jump into this because, like I say, I got some other clips to show you, tools I use, stuff like that. What we've done here so far, and I just wanted to show you something. I've been going at this with 3M Bristle Discs. I've got a 2-inch disc on my die grinder, and I've got a 4-inch disc on my cordless DeWalt grinder here. So, reason I wanted to show you this, I've got the back half of the frame pretty much done. I'm going to have to do some hand sanding in the tight corners and stuff, but that's understandable. Cleaned up really, really nice. But everything from where the hardtail was welded on back was paint. What I'm really impressed with, though, is how it cleans off the powder coating. This powder coating from Harley-Davidson, I'm here to tell you, this stuff is tough. Man, it's on here good. So I decided to try these 3M Bristle Discs, and I gotta tell you, unbelievable. I am shocked. They work really, really well. Again, there's gonna be some corners to tidy up, maybe a little bit of wire brush work, a little bit of coarse sandpaper. I'll dig that stuff out, probably get some of those sandpaper rolls or cones that you use for head porting, for polishing ports and stuff. But anyway, while I'm doing this, I figured I would turn the camera on and just show you how this stuff cuts through. So we got a nice spot up here that we can cut through on as well. I've still got some left down in here. So let me just put my, good idea to wear a respirator when you're doing this. Because boy, that powder, that debris goes everywhere. So you won't be able to hear me worth a crap with this on, but you'll get the picture. I'll show you what I'm doing here. So I gotta tell you, for taking off powder coating, that is impressive. So that's what we're working on right now. 3M Bristle Discs, they're the bomb. I got all the welds done on all the tabs here. Well, not all the tabs, I have more to do, but the ones that were on here are done. Did a little bit of grinding to shape them, to get them ready for the frame molding. You want to get them smoothed out. You know, there's no strength in the high spots sticking out on the welds. The strength should be down in the base of the weld, from what I understand. Anyway, was able to knock the high spots down and get it cleaned up. You know, the lower you can get it, the fewer high spots you have, the easier the filler is going to be. Also, you want a nice clean surface. You don't want a bunch of crevices and stuff that aren't cleaned out well, because unlike you know, if you were doing a larger panel on the side of a vehicle, then you've got a lot of surface for the filler to hold on to. With this kind of thing, you're only dealing with, you know, 3/4 of an inch wide by a couple inches long. There's not a lot of surface there to grab onto to begin with. You certainly want to make it the best you can when you're putting your filler on. So a little more work to do using a Cubitron, 3M Cubitron disc. Doing a lot of it with a 36 grit. You have to be really careful because it will gouge into stuff. But for knocking down the welds, it's quick. It really works well. And then I'll go back with something else. Probably 80 grit, 100 grit, something like that before primer. So that's what I'll do there. I did want to show you, you know, 3M makes the best stuff. And I'm doing a little bit of fine work now with the 2-inch. So, you know, just for example, and hopefully I've got you in the frame there. I'm hoping you can see down in here. I might be able to zoom in on it. But on my angle die grinder, you know, taking that paint off, and especially getting in to the welds, which are, you know, you've got the low spots in the weld. So without cutting into the steel, you can see that you really get into the weld and clean it up and make it look good. And once you've got an edge going on the paint, it gets even easier. With a 2-inch disc, you get in fairly tight. I'm just going to turn this up a bit more. Sorry if the compressor kicks in. So, you know, you can see even welds here where you've got that grayness from the weld, anything like that. Just does a really nice job. I'm gonna, hopefully I get this in the frame well. So you can see there how that weld looks. So I just wanted to share that with you. Let's get back to the hardtail, because that was important, and I got some comments on that. So I dug in here. I was able to clean this up. I got some really good welds. There are sleeves inside the tubes, as it turned out. You know, they were on the right track. They just didn't finish it right, in my estimation. So anyway, there were sleeves in there. I was able to get some really good welds right down to the sleeve, get this put back together. It was ugly in spots. The gaps were pretty wide, but I think I did a good job with it. Up top here, this was actually pretty easy. Just finished that weld, brought it around, and it's fine. It worked out great. Down here on the bottom, I'm just gonna lean this over so you can see the bottom there. I think it worked out pretty well. I was able to clean all of that up, fill up that the hole that had been ground in the one frame tube. I was able to put a small piece in there and then reshape that, so that's good. At this point, what I'm thinking is once I do the frame molding, get some filler around here. That side's a little rough on the inside edge, but I'll get it straightened out. You know, people might say, holy smokes, man, it's down under the engine. You didn't even know it was there. Who's ever going to know it's there? I got to tell you, the way I build is if I know something's there, it bugs me. And I don't care if you can't see it. I don't care if anybody ever knows what I did to fix something under the engine, behind a cover, whatever. I know it's there. And I like to be detailed. I like to do my stuff as right as I can do it. Doesn't make it right for everybody. It's just as right as I can do it. Because then I can show the thing, I can ride it, and I can feel good about where I'm at. And that's really what I want to do. So that's what happened with the hardtail. I'm very confident now. I'm good to go. I think we're going to be all right. The bungs for the seat, the gas tank, I got the bungs in for the battery and electronics box and got it mounted in place. Again, very happy with the way it's mounted in there. I think it's going to work out just fine. I've left room for the chain on this side and everything. I've picked out an anti-gravity lithium-ion battery that will fit the box, as well as leaving me room for the Motogadget basic unit and a digital guard dog keyless fob, keyless ignition, secure system, whatever you want to call it. So I haven't seen that done before. I haven't seen anybody combine the digital guard dog with the Motogadget. If anybody's done it, I'd sure like to hear from you. I'm going to try it, see how it works out. Yes, I know that the Motogadget Blue has Bluetooth for your phone. And I'll be honest with you, there's times, especially with this bike, where I want to get on my motorcycle. I don't want to take a call from anybody. I just don't want to. I don't have a sound system on this bike, so I don't need to be able to play my music. I don't need to text. I don't need social media. I don't need anything. I like to just leave the phone at home and take my bike and go ride and enjoy, you know, enjoy the freedom of the open road and the wind in my hair. Well, okay, so maybe not the wind in my hair because I wear a helmet, but you know what I mean. I just want to enjoy the experience of riding and get away from the phone and everything that brings with it. So I'm going to try that. I do have a little more finishing welding to do. I ran out of TIG gas on the weekend, but we'll get caught up on that. As well, things I've done here. I don't know how well that camera will pick it up, but I filled in the original gas tank mounting hole. There was a hole drilled actually right about there through the backbone for the Sportster tank that was on it when I got it. There was another hole drilled back here somewhere, right straight through, and that was for the rear mount. Those are gone now. All the holes are filled. I really like this, and I wanted to talk to you about that. There's an Instagram account that I follow and a YouTube channel called Lane Splitter Boulevard. These guys, I think, are in California. Seems like a good bunch of guys. One of them is working on a Sportster, and I apologize, I don't know his name. I should know more about these guys. But I've been following them, and this one guy is doing a Sportster, and he just recently did a YouTube video on doing the hardtail. And I will say, he did it what I understand to be right. He took it apart, took the engine out, cut the old frame, got it ready, put the engine back in to line up the new hardtail, and then when he was done with that, took the engine back out. Once he had it tacked in place, took the engine back out, and then finished all his welds and everything. So really nice job. I'm going to put a link to that video or whatever I do there. I'll do that in the description. The other thing he did that I thought was really cool, he did a video on taking all of this out of the neck here and running a tube and a new mount for the top mount on the engine. I really like the look. I think it's very cool. I like what he did. For me, I'm really happy with the factory deal now that I've got that hole closed up. What I'm looking at is with the paint job that I want to do, this gives me a nice big surface to show off the paint. It also gives me a surface where I can have some pinstriping done. Maybe I'm going to do something special with an effect in there. Bottom line is, with the color that I'm going to use on the frame and the paint job that I want to, well, the two paint jobs I want to have, I think it's really a good area to show the paint, the quality of the paint. With the frame molding and everything, everything's going to be smooth. I think it'll really show it off. The tube, as cool as I think it is, presents a problem. Well, not a problem, and if you're a professional painter, I'm sure it's not a big deal. But it does present a challenge where different spray angles and stuff. This is going to be pretty simple to spray up at the head. That tube, you got to get it from different angles. If you're trying to use, you know, a house of color, some kind of an effect, you know, a shimmering, what the heck do they call that? Anyway, hold on. So if you're going to use a special effect, House of Color has something called FX Metalume. I used this on a frame when I built Frankie. Beautiful, beautiful. I guess I would call it a pearl, and I hope I don't insult House of Color when I say that. But it has that pearl, very, very tiny metal flake kind of effect to it. So I really like this product. I may also go with metal flake. I'm a big fan of metal flake. But when you get into spraying those things, especially if you're an amateur like I am, different angles, a frame is challenging enough as it is. I just don't know if I need the challenge of having a round tube there. And again, I don't think that's going to show off my paint quite the way that factory piece is going to. So that's filled. Happy with that, happy with the welds. Things are cleaning up nice. I'll get into finishing up welds and tabs and stuff when I do the frame molding video. The only other thing that I wanted to point out here, and I'm a Harley guy. I'm sure you guys have figured out I'm a Harley guy. I like my Harleys. And I hate to say anything bad about Harley-Davidson, but oh my goodness, you guys, really, on a motorcycle of this caliper, this was the best we could come up with for a steering stop on the head. We took a piece of square stock and welded it to the front of the neck like that. I can't live with that. I'm really disappointed in what Harley did there. My friends at Precision Motorcycles came up with a solution for me. There is a bearing race insert that goes in here that has the stopper built into it. You have to modify your triple tree and mount a round piece on there. I'll go through all of that when I put it together, but it allows me to take this right off the front and round this and make it nice and smooth. And again, I know it's behind the headlight and everything else, and probably nobody will see it, but I can't live knowing that that is on the front of my motorcycle anymore. So that is going away. It's come a long way. It's dirty work. The shop is driving me crazy. I want to get my big bike detailed, and I can feel it on the floor in here and everything else. So as soon as I get finished up with the XS650, I'm moving everything outside. I'm going to blow this place out. I'm going to wash the floor, clean the walls. I got to get it clean in here again, because this is not good. Anyway, I've decided I'm going to put it back together the way it is right now. I thought about doing the frame molding. I thought about priming it. I thought about a lot of different things here. The engine hasn't been cleaned yet. There are still oily parts to go on here. I don't really want to get oil on primer or on Bondo or anything like that. I think the smart thing to do at this point, put the bike back together now that all the welding is done. I flattened out a piece of the bottom of this backbone to see if I can make clearance to get the rocker cover in and out. I think that's going to do the trick, but I don't know until I put it back together. Put it back together with the bare frame. At that point, seeing how I have the Motogadget, the digital guard dog and everything, I'm going to do all of the wiring, get it all set up, make sure everything fits. Then I'll take it apart, do the frame molding, do the paint, and there'll be one more assembly to put it all back together. That's my strategy. That's my plan. I'm going to run with it. I'll let you guys know how it turns out. We'll talk to you soon. Watch for the series on frame molding if you want to know how to do frame molding. My way, anyway. If you already know how to do frame molding, save yourself the time, go ride. We'll see you down the road. Thanks.